What's good? It's your boy Twitch. Follow me on Twitter at 209twitch, twitchhiphop.bandcamp.com. This is my official blog for King of the Dots Battle of the Base 6. I went there last night, October 12th, 2013. It was a crazy event, probably, actually definitely the best event that I've ever been to. A lot of crazy battles, almost every single battle was a classic, and it was truly a King of the Dots style night of main events, similar to what URL does, because there was a lot of main events. I think every battle was worthy of a main event. So let's just get into it. I'm going to get straight into the battles. This is not a list exactly. I tried to get it as chronologically accurate as possible. I'm going to start recapping people that went first, and then I'm going to recap people that went last. I'm going to recap them last. I might have gotten the order mixed up, but that's alright. So basically we're going to start with Deadman versus Chilla Jones. This is a good bar fest. A lot of people were anticipating, myself included. In the building, I got Chilla Jones winning this battle 3-0. Deadman had a few stumbles. Deadman was good as all. He didn't get absolutely just a bomb, just absolutely destroyed. He didn't get completely destroyed, but I feel like Chilla Jones clearly got every single round. He's just real advanced with the wordplay. His schemes flow together. It seems like when you're trying to listen to the scheme, you're not saying, okay, this is a scheme, I'm going to listen to it now. You're already thinking of the bars, and by the end of the scheme, he's already wrapped it up, and your mind just. He had a really dope line. I think one of his best lines in the battle. He did a repeating scheme where he repeated a phrase and like switched the wordplay multiple ways. He did dead lion. If dead's lion, then we'll have dead lion, dead like a dead lion. It was more expansive than that, but that's pretty much what I had. Shout out to the New York rappers. But anyways, I felt like Chilla Jones got that 3-0. Deadman did well. I felt like this battle particularly was a little bit out of his league. No disrespect to Chilla Jones, though. He's really crazy, and I think that he'll be able. Shout out to New York. He'll be able to in time. Will definitely be able to hang with a lot of those cats. Alright, second battle I got was KG the Poet versus Latizé. This was a battle that a lot of people, including me, were expecting it to be a bar fest and the battle of the night. I felt like KG the Poet was incredibly hungry in this battle, and I felt he got it 2 rounds to 1 or 3-0. It's arguably 3-0. If you want to give Latizé the any round at all, I think you would have to give him the 3rd round. He was really good in that, and I feel like KG kind of chilled in that round as opposed to the other 2 rounds. KG the Poet had a crazy scheme where he did pretty much every city in California, and in the building, he said it twice in the building. People were like, say it again, and he said it again, and a lot of people still didn't get it. Including me. I'm gonna have to watch it when it comes out on YouTube. KG the Poet definitely got that. Next battle, I'm not even sure if it was the next battle, like I said, but next one I'm gonna recap is Big K versus Illmaculate. This is a huge style clash. The nitty gritty street style. I always felt like Big K was like a refined Shotgun Suge, like a Shotgun Suge nitty gritty street style that raw. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna just absolutely not even come with punchlines. I'm just gonna tell you what the hell I'm gonna do to you if I catch you alone in a street alley. Pause. And Immaculate is crazy polished writtens. If he's on his A game, he can beat almost anyone. And he definitely, I felt like he was on his A game in this battle. I just felt like the crowd was really responsive to Big K. I like the fact that there wasn't a whole lot of bias in the crowd last night. And I felt like Big K in the building got that 2 rounds to 1. Immaculate's 3rd round. By the way, wait until Immaculate vs. Big K comes out on YouTube, because that third round by Immaculate, in my opinion, is one of, if not the best third round or just overall round schemes that I have ever heard in battle rap. That was the approach that he took. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but the approach that he took in that round was just absolutely, it was 100% original, and he did incredibly well with keeping us all hooked on what the hell it was going on, because his third round, as he was going through it, it was so much different than his first and his second round, and we didn't know exactly what was happening. And then once he wrapped it up and he explained everything, it was very well done. It was just absolutely incredible, and I give props to Immaculate, and I think that was definitely one of, if not the best rounds that I've ever heard. Next one I'm going to recap is Daylight versus Head Ice. We all knew what was coming with this one. Luckily, I think, not unfortunately, but luckily, Daylight didn't necessarily come with the antics, or at least the level of antics that we're used to. I felt like he was very respectful, and he was definitely a good sport in this battle. Head Ice, he's an official dude. I feel like Head Ice, personally, I think Head Ice has way too much swag for one person. I think if you're going to have that much swag in a person, you're going to have to split them into two people. His swag is off the charts. It's absolutely incredible. Daylight had really good, he actually had really good bars. The other battles that he's been doing, his bars haven't been on top because he's been doing the antics, and this time it's reversed, and he had the bars and not a whole lot of the antics. He did come with a little bit of antics though, so make sure you watch the battle when it comes out for that one. A-Class versus Tantrum. I felt like Tantrum got this in the building, 2-1. A-Class, I felt like he would do something a little bit more original, considering that he's an Asian battling an Asian. I thought he wouldn't come with Asian jokes, and he still did, throughout all three rounds. And he did have good bars. And his delivery wasn't the greatest. Tantrum, being from Union City, is more of a home. It's more of a home match for him, so he definitely got a lot more crowd reaction. I just felt like Tantrum was a lot more consistent and direct with his approach, whereas A-Class was someone who just used a lot of Asian jokes, and I wanted to see more multis from him that he does, and he didn't really do a whole lot of that. Next one I'm going to recap is DNA versus Pass. This is a good one that we were all anticipating. The street style of DNA and Pass, the one who one of his best strengths is deconstructing those street styles, and I felt like he succeeded in doing that. I felt like he got that 2-1. He got 2 rounds to 1. He got the battle 2 rounds to 1. DNA, I guess if you wanted to give him a round, you could give him the second or third. His first round, DNA used it was virtually 100% Pass name flips, and it's kind of old now. I know Pass changed his name, but still, it's a little bit strange to come with the name flips when they've been done 1,000 times on the same person. It gets a little repetitive, especially if you don't come as original as you should with them. Pass did really well with his rapping style, commanding the crowd. He's Oakland. It's from Oakland. He's going to command the crowd. And he did very well, did a very good job of deconstructing DNA's style. And he did come with the predictable approach of talking the clips about being DNA's dad. But I think that when this battle comes out, it's going to look like Passwords definitely got it. And I felt like DNA didn't go as hard as he should have, because I felt like DNA would because he has heart. So we're gonna see when it comes out in battle. I feel like definitely a lot of people are gonna say DNA won, but I think Passwords got that clearly. Remedy versus Nestle was one of the last battles to come out. I felt like Nestle got that 3-0. Remedy choked a couple times. and Nestle just definitely had a much more polished performance. Disaster versus Averb. I think this is the last, if I can remember, it was like the fourth last battle to come out last night. I felt like Disaster got the battle 2 rounds to 1. Nestle, or not Nestle, but Averb. I feel like he got the first round, and he was polished. He did come with some shit. He got some great reaction. The crowd was not biased. Well, it was biased a little bit, of course, but it wasn't to the point where Averb didn't get any reaction at all. He even got to say it again, so shout outs to Averb. I feel like Averb got the first round, and then Disaster got the next 2 rounds. They just let him go, and Disaster ended up rapping for maybe 4 or 5 minutes longer than Averb did in the second and third rounds. But I feel like if you cut Disaster's rounds to be as short as Averb's rounds, that Disaster would still get that battle. Charlie Clips versus Dirtbag Dan. Dirtbag Dan got that, or sorry, not the slow roll Dirtbag Dan. That's for all poker heads out there. Slow rolling is a term for poker, but I feel like Charlie Clips got that 3 rounds to 0. A lot of people did think that Dirtbag Dan was going to have an advantage in the Bay, but Bay's not an entirely biased crowd, at least not in this event. So I feel like Charlie Clips got that 3 rounds to 0. He was very good with the approaches. He attacked Dirtbag Dan's white and Mexican heritage in a at least somewhat original way, and he incorporated that into his gun bars. He had comedy, and he did exactly what I thought he would do, which is come with jokes just like Dirtbag Dan comes with, but also come with bars, and I felt like that was a little too much for Dirtbag Dan to handle. So Charlie Clips 3-0. Cortez versus Caustic is the last battle. At least the last battle I'm going to recap. Cortez versus Caustic, I feel like in the building, Caustic got that 2 rounds to 0. Apologies for my stutters, by the way. The crowd was kind of tired at this point, and so when this battle comes out, a lot of people are probably going to say that the crowd was whack. We have been standing for 8 or 9 hours, so if you've ever stood for 8 or 9 hours in one spot, it gets a little tiring. And so the crowd exactly wasn't as reactive as it probably would have if it went first, second, or third. But in the building, I felt like Costa got that 2 rounds to 0. They definitely both went personal, and they both had bars. I just feel like Caustic had a better control of the crowd, and did better with his entire performance. Cortez definitely very good. I can't remember this particular battle very well, so if it comes out and Caustic gets him 3-0, I won't even be mad. So that's basically my recap for Battle of the Bay 6. Hashtag Battle of the Bay 6. Follow me on Twitter again, @209twitch. I'm a battle rapper myself, so I'm going to have a battle January 11th versus Decade, and January 25th, which is a title match in the No Excuses League based out in Sacramento, versus Matt KO. Shoutouts to No Excuses. Shoutouts to Pat Reichert of Pennsylvania, the Block City Battle League, and Gunline Battlegrounds. I'm signing off.